The language of survival, as I call it, is language that is often defensive, protective, sometimes attacking. And the language really is very heady, it's very intellectual. You know, we have three brains. We have the old brain, sometimes called the reptilian brain. We have the middle brain, which is sometimes called the mammalian brain. And we have the modern brain, the neocortex, the new brain. The new brain is all about thinking. The middle brain is all about feeling. Now, the decision maker, the part of our brain that makes decisions for us, even though we think we're in control and making decisions with our intellect and our mind, we're not. What's making the decision is our old brain. Our old brain has been calculated to be about 450 million years old, and it's common to all vertebrates. We share the same brain, and over eons of evolution we have moved away from that chimpanzee kind of ape state. Over 6 million years ago we started to use tools, and as little as 40,000 years ago we started to create symbols, and ultimately language grew. We would give names to things, and when I mentioned symbols then, I meant not in the verbal sense, I meant in terms of decorative in a decorative sense. And as time went on, it is as little as 10,000 years ago, symbols were used as words, as communication things, and words generated, and we started to create a language of words. Only 10,000 years ago. Yet we have this old brain in us, which is 450 million years ago. There has not been enough evolutionary time for the addition of the middle and the new brain to influence the old brain. There just hasn't been enough time. And so there is scientific evidence, neuroscience have demonstrated this, that really the decision maker is our old brain. And that's why I call it the language of survival, because it makes sense, doesn't it, that if you are feeling fear, being in front of a camera or an audience, and that's to do with your old brain, the kind of fight and flight, you know, human beings in the face of uncertainty, it triggers the fear response, which is there to save our life and keep us alive. If we are in that space, in that currency, if you like, and we are in fear, wouldn't it make sense to use the language of that place in order to minimize or even counterbalance the discomfort of that fear, so that we use the same language that creates the fear to actually help us manage the fear? And that's what I mean by the language of survival.